Hello friends, this is game number 8 from the Olympiad Expo Classic. I played with the Peru player Victor Hugo Collado from Peru actually, but he lives in France. He said he's an elementary teacher and he likes very much Hungary. Probably he will come back to play in another tournament. Actually, he played pretty well in this game. He played with the white pieces. Let me show you. He's the gentleman, young gentleman, very nice, kind person. Okay, so let's see the game, what happened. So I started with b3 like the Larsen opening. Played d5, bishop b2, bishop f5, knight f3, e6, just natural developing moves. First out the bishop and then the other bishop, so free g3. So now it kind of transposed to Reti opening, h6. Yeah, I wanted to keep my bishop, so if knight h4 comes, then I can go back. Bishop g2, knight f6, d3, knight bd7, knight bd2, bishop e7, castling. So both white and black played natural developing moves. Black has some little space advantage, but white is ready to counterpunch in the center with e4 or c4. Rook e1, I just played bishop h7 to prevent the tempo move with e4. c4, c6, queen c2. Yeah, this was the first moment when I started to think what to do here. Kind of end of the opening, we need to make a plan. You know, a5, a4 is a typical plan for black. Probably after a5, normally white plays a3, so it's not easy to play a4. So usually black tries to play on the queen side, and white tries to play in the center, or sometimes on the king side. Yeah, I was thinking how to develop the queen maybe here, but then I said maybe exchanging d5 and rook c1, and then I cannot get control, and the c7 is weak, so I just move the bishop again, which normally not advised in an opening, to move your pieces one more time, so twice. But actually here white has no big development advantage, so black can afford this, and then I can control, and also I develop my queen to probably better square. Also in the future I plan to play e5. He plays e4. e4, I think e4 is actually like a little mistake. Probably should play like something like rook c1, a5, and then exchange, and then play e4. So I think opening up the c5 actually helpful for white to keep the position close to equal. Because actually after e4, capture, queen e7. Yeah, I start to like actually black a little bit more because of this weakened square, d4, d3, d4 squares. This is also pinned. Well, this should be still, of course, still equal. Okay, now rook a d1. And yeah, this was a moment when probably I should not play not yet e5, because then this knight very quickly comes, but I should play maybe something like a5. He cannot play actually a3 thanks to this repositioning. Maybe queen prepares, and then get the bishop to the nice diagonal. He cannot really go this because the knight g4 and bishop d3, winning the exchange. Quickly counterpunch if e5, h3, then e5. So now we are a little bit still the knight here, but actually this a5, a4 helps black. Okay, so I played e5, the typical move. Now knight comes, bishop c5, h3 a little bit slow. Probably should play knight f5 immediately. So here comes my position, repositioning my queen, because knight f5 become, and actually I plan to not take it. I wanted to just keep it there to keep this bishop blocked. Queen c7, g4. I think this is a mistake, because he weakens this f4 square, which actually I used that square for a little bit. Not the right moment, not the right way. Okay, rook e8. This looks reasonable. Now, so repositioning. So the idea is to get the knight d4 for those weak squares. a3, a5, queen c3, rook a d8, develop my last piece, b4, and I got my bishop on the right spot, and coming with the knight also. So I was happy. Okay, so he got the f5 square. Here was the first one where I started to think what to do here, which is the best one. Yeah, I was not sure. Probably I missed the best move, which is c5. I calculated this one and I thought capture, so this is a defended pass pawn. It looks good, but yeah, and f4 is also weak, so yeah, this is what I should have made actually. Yeah, I was not sure about the c5. I missed like there's a nice move knight d5 because you cannot capture, and then this knight jumps in. Okay, so I captured actually. So I decided to make some exchanges and then captured on f5. Yeah, again, probably I should just move into there. Because knight d3 was a threat, so he cannot play c5 immediately. And now I can take, maybe take. And again, this should be like a small edge because of the f4 knight. Okay, captured, and here he made a big mistake, which looks actually a logical move. He should have taken with the e pawn to open up for the bishop. But he captured with this one, and then please take your time, maybe stop the video and find the good move for black. Actually, I calculated this move, but yeah, I did not make it. Somehow I was not confident enough. You can remember the games from yesterday, the day before, so I had always problems actually. Material versus activity. I preferred always material, and unfortunately here I also did the same. The right move is actually g6 to sacrifice the h6 pawn. Okay, let's see, exchange, takes to attack it. Defense, then yeah, then I can go like something like this. And knight f4 is coming. And actually, if you move something like this, is what I did not fully calculated, and then coming, then this will be weak. Those knights are just super strong, so it's worth the pawn. Actually, worth more than a pawn. It's a big advantage for black. Yeah, I did not properly evaluate this position, and if this knight goes back, then the rook comes, so this pawn will be also in trouble. So yeah, I'm sorry I missed this g6. I did not play g6, I played c5. Yeah, the other idea, so I wanted to avoid actually him playing c5 and then knight d6. So I need to do something about this idea. So I need to force the knight away or play c5. That was the two options. And because I did not believe in g6, I played c5. But that's I missed this move because somehow this was a little uncomfortable to come in the knight. But okay, I captured here. He did not recapture. If you recapture, then actually I thought to play something like maybe reposition the knight to c5, the other knight to d4. So I was hoping, okay, he will get a nice knight, but I was hoping to still have a better position. Okay, but he immediately played knight d5, and then I captured on c4, he captured on e5. Wow, actually he was very low on time. And here, this pawn is very, very strong. So this gives an advantage. Captured the knight. Yeah, here actually I calculated later, analyze later, this was a good move. So actually can sacrifice this pawn because those pawns are just so strong. Yeah, I need to avoid this stuff. This comes back. Knight is also coming, so this is winning for black actually. Even all the black pawns are isolated, even doubled, but this is just super strong. That pawn worth a piece or more. So yeah, I did not play this look too risky for me. I captured. And actually I went to exchange the queens. Here again the right move, maybe you can stop the video and find the best move for black. He's actually going back with the knight. Takes, 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 and again, like this is an advantage, actually can take it. Yeah, I thought like this pawn is too strong. So yeah, I wanted to avoid the risk, so I just went to force the exchange of queens. Exchange, because I still thought, okay, maybe my pawns are better than this one. Here probably he should play this one as probably the best option to cover the squares. He just allowed me to go to the rook endgame actually. Capture, capture. Here the right move is rook e4. We need to defend the pawn at least temporarily and be ready to get this pawn maybe back. Here king f3. And here if you want to analyze this position, take your time. Yeah, stop the video and try to figure out what's the right way for black. Actually probably black is winning, but it's not an easy thing how to do, and especially like this move is not easy one. So actually the right move is rook c4. Yeah, a little bit against the idea. I wanted to play rook d4, but the point of this move is actually not moving to this tempo of the king move, and this is not really a threat, not yet really a threat, because the king can stop this one. Yeah, this then just the king comes and then we'll recaptured. And just to show you what's the plan. So this is something, the idea set up for black to get at the pawn here. In the game was like this, the rook and pawn back, and that's probably a draw if white plays well, but this gives some good winning chances to, this is an important idea, to cut off the king and then come with the king to have the, yeah, we need to stop those pawns. Maybe just exchange, defend, and now, with this extra pawn should be able to win with the help of the rook and the king. So this is kind of like a winning idea, winning plan, to somehow being able to push. What happened in the game? I played actually rook d4 instead of rook c4. It's kind of like a mistake, because now actually this pawn is not on the sixth rank, and that one tempo can make big differences. h4, this is right thing to do. So white tries to somehow exchange the pawns on the queen side and also keep this pawn back. King f8, h4, king e7, f4, f6. Yeah, I was thinking to allow this or not allow this. Yeah, if allowing, then white should try to again make exchanges. And look, this is again like a very, and again look, like this is again a really nice move. f5, and if it takes, then h6, and then this pawn actually queens. It's even winning for white. So play this. And actually this so this is what white should try to get a pass pawn himself. And this is actually, it's good enough for a draw, because he has a pawn, so he will give like some checks, and those two pawns will be worth each other, and with one pawn it will be not possible to win. Okay, so I played f6 to at least temporarily stop it. King e4, king d6. And actually probably this was the psychologically the winning move, because now he fought, because here, actually his king got cut off, so he fought like he wants to stop the pawn with the king. That's usually what we do. It's better to stop the pawn with the king than with the rook. And this allowed him actually to go through the line of the rook. But instead of that, the right thing actually was to keep the rook as a frontal attack, so the pawn cannot go forward. Though he always gives just the checks, and yeah, it's not easy to do anything here. If the rook tries to do something, then then his king will be active. He needs to defend. Other way, it can be even white can win. So this is the right formation for the defense. He played king d4, now king c6, and from here actually black is now has some good winning chances. b5. Yeah, because I could push the pawn. That's a big difference. Now there's no more blockade, and also no counterplay here. Rook a3, b4 check. And now I can go forward, and here, yeah. And now I need to allow this exchange of pawns. Yeah, check first. He gives a check to preventing me from to go forward. And this was the critical idea, which I need to calculate in the beginning when I started to go forward, because now he will win this pawn, I will win that, and then yeah, need to think if this is winning or not. But yeah, I realized this should be winning. Actually, this should be winning, because if he captures, I just take it, and I just go forward. He cannot really do much with this pawn. I will just win the pawn, and how happens actually? Yeah, we go for the pawn. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even easy for him to do anything. Yeah, he's a kind of in a Zugzwang actually. Yeah, he will just lose this. If I move, then I take. So he cannot take, because one idea would be that if he could take now, and then with this one pawn still would win, because the king is too far away. But he cannot even do that. So he did not take on h6. He played king b3. But now if I take, then he captures both pawns, the check and then h6. So I could not do that. So I need to go with the king. So that was my plan, to go here and then take. Okay, and if he takes this, then I take and protect the pawn. Or if he takes this, then I can protect the other one. So here, after a long thought, he made a final sacrifice. He thought like probably get some counterplay, or creating the passed pawn. But then I calculated, okay, I will just be able to catch with the rook behind, winning the tempo with the check. King b4, coming back. Again, if he takes, that's easy win with this passed pawn, because the king, I can cut off the king and it's too far away. But he defends, so now I needed to do what to do. So I have two pawns, probably I should push them. So I started to push them, and now you again look how to properly do this. I decided to play king f4, because this kind of little bit blocks the way of the white king. And here one more move actually. So I just kind of cut off this king, and then my plan was to push up and then start to push maybe the other pawn. Here, because it looks like he cannot do much. With the king he do not have any active. Much thing. If this, then I will just push. Then go from the other side, but this not helps, because now I go with the king to get the pawn. Taking 2 times, takes, take, and he cannot actually win the f5 pawn, because then this will be queen. He went back, then king g5 to support the pawns, and the final way is very important idea in the rook endgames. Many times this way you can win, to cut off the opponent king, so he cannot participate in fighting against the pawns. And actually, this with the 2 pawns, with my king would win against the rook, even without using my own rook. Wow, so big, long game, big fight in the endgames. Maybe this rook endgame was so interesting and complicated. Maybe I will dedicate one different video for that and go a little bit in the details in the future. So let's see how the things are. So, rank after round 8. So it looks like the first 2 players are fighting for first and second place, because 1.5 points their advantage. The 2 players who won against me. Actually, I am now on the 3rd place with Manfredi, together with 5.5 points. I have a little bit better tiebreak. Currently, I don't know if it's what will be after tomorrow if we both win. And this is the pairing. So I will play actually young Hungarian player. with the white pieces. And he will play actually Manfredi against Mike, today's opponent. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, if you enjoyed and please have any questions, please write a comment, like the video if you want to share it, and yeah, subscribe if you are not yet to my channel. If you have any questions, ideas, send me a message. Thank you very much for watching and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.